Hiya, I'm Amber and I'm of Filipino descent but born and raised in London. I'm currently working as a senior account exec at Wasserman. I think I kind of just fell into the sports marketing and events world. I was studying business management at university, but I had no clue what I wanted to go into. I kind of liked the marketing modules, but then again, I wasn't 100% sure about them, so I just stuck with the generic pathway. And then came about my placement year, which is when I really had to think about what I wanted to go into. So I started researching more marketing specific roles. Then I saw the opportunity to work for Wasserman, which is actually the company I work at now. And I applied. Luckily, I got it. Worked there for a whole year, helped out with a few events here and there in my final year. I then graduated and came back to work full time. So, just a little bit more about Wasserman. It is a marketing and talent management company, and I specifically work in the experiential department. So this basically means that we plan and activate live events for a range of different clients, which you can imagine is very difficult given the current circumstances. But it has made me realize the value of events and how much it used to bring people together and how much people actually miss it. So it's definitely still exciting to work in this area. What I love most about my job is seeing the behind the scenes of an event. So when the idea is first created, to planning it, to contacting suppliers, installing it, and then finally when it goes live, the whole start to end process is just amazing to see how it comes together. And along the way, you meet such incredible people who have the most interesting stories to tell, and you can learn so much from them. And you can also learn so much, for instance, from the fans that attend all of this because they've also got such amazing stories to tell. So, yeah, those are just a few things. I think there are two things that companies should do. Firstly, I think companies should advertise opportunities in areas that wouldn't normally be considered. For instance, rather than targeting top universities with the best marks in sports marketing or events management, they should target the complete opposite because you never really know if there would be a standout individual who would be a great asset to your team, since they won't apply for those positions as they would never hear about it. Secondly, I think that companies should consider opportunities from an economic point of view. Individuals who might not live in London but have been given the opportunity to work for an amazing company in London can't compromise on the fact that they won't be financially stable for the whole year or however long just to get the experience that they need. And I think this is an issue that definitely happens to junior individuals who need that experience to enter the industry. So I'm part of the D&I EMEA subcommittee at Wasserman, and in October we launched a whole month's worth of content in celebration of Black History Month EMEA, which we released internally. The content included 3 different panel discussions with both internal and external panelists, informational flyers and employee spotlights. And throughout the whole month we received such a positive reaction from all the Wasserman offices worldwide because firstly, a lot of this information is not really taught at schools. So I'm really excited to continue working on these sorts of events and hopefully more will come next year. I definitely want to learn more about diversity and inclusion because there are so many different aspects to it and I probably only know about this much. And I also want to apply it for when I'm planning and activating live events to foster a more inclusive culture for everybody. I also want to continue working with the D&I subcommittee on creating events that will educate our wider team. My one piece of advice would be to not be afraid to ask questions or to reach out to people if you want to learn more. For those who want to break into the industry, don't be afraid to reach out to people on LinkedIn and ask to learn more about their role. And for those who are in the industry, have open conversations with your manager if you want to learn more about a specific department. Because at the end of the day, people don't really know what you want to achieve unless you have those open conversations.